Hi everybody and welcome to Invictus Elite Tuition, and today it is a continuation of quadratic basics and we're going to be talking about expanding brackets, but I'll be using a couple of methods for that, grid and FOIL, and then you'll have a chance to have a go at the end yourself. So first things first, this is just from the previous video, the idea that we're going to be doing the general quadratic equation, we're generating that in its form ax squared plus bx plus c, and we're doing that by expanding the two brackets. That's what we're doing today, we're expanding the brackets. So first thing we're going to do is explain the grid method, and I'm going to show that x plus 5 in brackets multiplied by x plus 3, expanding those brackets out, is going to give me x squared plus 8x plus 15. So all I do is I split the two brackets together and I create a grid. And then I'm going to put the x plus 5 and the x plus 3 into my grid. We'll see how I do that in a second. Split the various components of it up, x plus 5, x and x plus 3. And then I multiply like a standard multiplication grid. So x times x is x squared. 3 times x is 3x. X plus 5 is 5x. And 3 times 5 is 15. Now, one of the reasons I prefer the grid method over my next method is because I can't go wrong in as much as I must put something in the box. If I forgot to put something in the box, it means I haven't done the multiplication as I should. Now all I need to do is gather things together. There's the only x squared I've got. Here are all the x's, and there is the only number, which gives me x squared. 5x plus 3x is 8x, and then I've got the 15. So there you go, I've expanded those two brackets to give me that quadratic. Okay, let's have a look at the FOIL method, and again I've just put up x plus 5, x plus 3 to show that we're going to get that quadratic. There it is expanded. Now what do I mean by this? Well, F stands for the first term in the brackets. O stands for outer. It's the outside of the whole thing. It's at the edges, if you like. Inner is the innermost two elements of the brackets here, the 5 and the x. And then the last thing is the last thing in the brackets. That's where FOIL comes from. So if I multiply the first by the first, I get x squared. If I multiply the outer by the outer, the limits, the outsides of both brackets, I get 3x. If I multiply the inner bits, 5 times x, I get 5x. And if I multiply the last by last, I get 15. And very much like the grid method, I've got to now combine those things together. And there you go. I get x squared plus 8x plus 15. Choose which one suits you and you're comfortable with. Again, I'm going to recommend that you do the grid method of the two, but both are perfectly valid and lots of people use the FOIL method. Okay, well, it's your go. You need to expand this bracket out. I'm actually going to show both methods at work. Pause the video here, give it a go, let's see what you get. Okay, welcome back. First thing I'll do is the FOIL method. So there's the two bracketed elements. These are the factors of the quadratic. Here's FOIL. First times first is x squared. The outside limits is x times 2. The inner is 7 times x. And the last terms give me 14. If I gather that all together, I'm getting x squared. 2x plus 7x is 9x and 14. Now let's try the grid method. The grid, I'm going to split my brackets up into the parts of the grid and again multiply. X squared, 2x, 7x and 14, gathering those things together, and I end up with x squared plus 9x plus 14. So I get the same outcome, it's the same gathering of things together, but again, grid method, you have to fill in the box so you know you've done the right multiplication. And that's it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this. There is going to be a series of videos to show you about quadratics and the various ways of solving things. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, it really helps me out. And I've also added in a couple of videos that might help you on your mathematics journey. Thank you very much.